Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a different device today to troubleshoot and possibly repair. All right, and this device is Infinix Hot 5. As you can see, this phone is dead, is in dead condition. All right, it's no more powering on, and it has been taken to several technicians, and the technicians doesn't even know what the problem of the phone is. But here in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you would be able to troubleshoot any dead phone. When a phone is dead, there are lots of ways, lot of reasons why the phone goes dead. It might be water damage, short problem, eMMC problem, power IC problem. Do you understand? So we have various ways in which a phone can go dead. All right, and we also have our online training. If you are interested, please join in and you will learn a lot of things, deep secret about phone repairs. Our numbers are on the screen right now. DM us and let us help you to become better at mobile phone repair. All right, so the first thing you do when you get a dead phone, all right, especially when they say the phone is not powering on, is to physically inspect the phone for any missing components, all right, from the back side, from the front side, from all the areas on the PCB, to examine if there's any rust, corrosion, and any other problems, physical problems that you can observe. And I can see around this charging section a diode is missing. Okay, how do I know a diode is missing? If you're familiar with a device or you have a schematic diagram, you would know that a component is missing. So physical inspection is very important and is key in mobile phone repair. All right, so we are going to step it a little bit up by connecting the phone into our DC power supply, and let us examine how the phone is going to behave. All right, putting our voltage on 4.2 and the current, which means the amps to 3 amps. All right, so we are going to connect the phone, all right, to the DC power supply, and let's see what is happening. Probably let us press the power key and let's see what is happening. Okay, all right, all right, you can see when you get this reading, an auto ampere without pressing the power key, that means the phone is having a full short. The phone is having a full short. I'm going to try it one more time. Pay close attention at the DC power supply screen. Okay, I'm going to plug the phone again. I'm going to connect. All right, you can see that again. That's 0.93 milliamps right there. That's a very high consumption of current, and I can notice around this section is eating up a bit, but we can't conclude. All right, so let's carry on with the troubleshooting. All right, the next thing we are going to do right now, we have done the physical inspection. We are going to take closer look at this charging section, and we need our schematic diagram to guide us. Okay, because with the charging section we have this black IC right there, and it's called DC to DC IC. Okay, or it is also called charging IC. On some devices you can call it BQ IC. Okay, you are also saying the same thing. What is the function of this IC on the latest mobile phones that we have in this generation? Okay, when the VBus line goes into this IC, all right, it forms a VPH line. If you don't know what a VPH line means, please make sure you join my online class, and we're going to teach you on what a VPH is and how important it is. Okay, VPH line is formed when the charger is connected to the phone or when the battery is connected, and on this VPH line, power is always present. Either the phone is on or powered off. VPH or voltage phase gives the required volt for the power IC to start working. Okay, so on the VPH line we have the capacitor and the coil right next to it. You can also call that coil inductor. So putting our multimeter on diode mode, we need to take reading on that VPH component, okay, which is the capacitor. On diode mode, we can see there is a full short on the capacitor, and because the capacitor is also connected with the inductor, then automatically it will be shorted as well. Take a closer look at the reading, and the inductor or the coil is also shorted. Okay guys, so what are you going to do when you discover there's a short circuit on the VPH line? Without this VPH line working properly, the phone can never switch on. Now let's take readings on the the VBUS line, okay, on that capacitor, and it's fine. And you see that there are capacitors also close to that power IC, and they are also shorting. Okay, they're shorted right there. You can see the readings on the multimeter. They're shorted on the multimeter. Okay, there's another capacitor right under there, and it's fine. That capacitor is fine because it's not on the VPH line. Now the VBUS line is also not shorted. Okay, the VBUS line is also fine. What are we going to do now? Let's go to our schematic diagram and take a closer look. This is the DC to DC IC that supplies the VPH power to the power IC, and like I told you that it starts from the VBUS. Okay, it's either supplied by the VBUS line or is supplied by the VBAT. Okay, so now let's go to our schematic diagram. This is the charging section. Okay, this is the charging IC, and the VBUS line comes from this side and it goes to the other side. All right, I'm going to show you something. You can see this coil. That is the coil that we just read on diode reading, and that is the capacitor that is rightly connected to that coil. All right, so this is how to read schematic diagram. If you want to know more information on how to read schematic diagram, please join our online class. All right, let's locate on the layout on the schematic diagram. Let's locate the power IC. Okay, I want to show you that this VPH line is linked to the power IC. In fact, it's not just linked, it is the one that triggers the power IC to be on. As you can see, the IC number is U601, and that is what we are having right here on the schematic diagram. That is V6. V6 also, it means VPH line, and it supplies current into this IC right here. It supplies the right current into this IC for other components to also work properly. This information is very, very important as a technician to know. All right, and because we are getting our short on that VPH line, we are not sure the exact component that is eating up. All right, we don't know the exact component that is eating up, so we are going to use our Rosin flux. You can use your thermal camera if you can. I'm going to use it at the end of this video to also verify all these things that I'm doing. Okay, so pay close attention. I have applied the Rosin flux on the shorting area, so I want to know the exact component that is shorting. Is it a capacitor? Is it a coil? Is it any component that is shorting there? This is going to help us fish it out. So now I'm going to connect my DC power supply to the PCB to inject voltage, and as you can see, there's heating on that IC. You can see that dot, and it's going to spread widely. You can see that. Actually, I'm going to do that again so that you can be able to see it. All right, so it is very important for us as technicians to know what we are doing. If you want to know what you're doing, and maybe you get a phone, you don't know how to go about it, we will train you how to troubleshoot every device, and you'll be able to be the best at this job. All right, I'm going to spray the Rosin flux again on that charging section. Okay, that charging section, and I want you to know that without the power IC, this phone cannot work. It cannot power on. So it is important that the charging IC is in good condition for it to generate the VPH line, as I've told you earlier. So now I'm going to connect the DC power supply again. Just pay close attention. You see that IC is heating up gradually and it has melted. That means this IC is the problem. Okay, DC to DC IC is very, very important on a PCB. As the name implies, it converts DC, all right, to a usable DC, all right, DC voltage. It converts from your VBUS or VBAT voltage to a voltage that can be used properly by the PCB. All right, so using my thermal camera as well to confirm it, as you can see, it's also heating up. That's the red spot, and that is specifically the DC to DC IC or the BQ chip. I hope you have learned a lot in this video. If you want to know more about how to troubleshoot dead phones and how to repair dead phone, please join our online training. All right, and we are going to train you. This IC needs to be replaced. I'm going to see you in my next video. Peace.